Thank you, Abhi. Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to all of you here at Durga Listens. We are so pleased to have you all here. We are so proud to have you all here. And like Abhi mentioned, yes, this is celebration of pride and courage. In the video, we saw someone saying the fight is not over. Yes, definitely the fight is not over. There's so much more to be done. Yet the journey has been, in a sense, beautiful. And, with all the difficulties and challenges, without dismissing that, there is some sense of happiness, there is some sense of liberation. So today Durga Listens wants to focus on that. So Meenakshi Giridhar here on our list of audience, she is the one who said, you know what, let's celebrate the spirit. Because previously also on Durga Lessons, when we had when we had folks from the community, we spoke about challenges because it's so important to talk about that. However, this Durga Lessons, this being our fifth kind of a milestone for us also, we wanted to focus on the courage it takes, the happiness it gives, and a lot of positive feelings there. So welcome. And another line that in the video, Abhi, thank you for that wonderful video. It sort of set the tone for today's session. Someone said नाराज है, and I would say yes, नाराज है, नाराजगी है, लेकिन नाज है. I think one foundation that really made a lot of difference in India related to the laws and all changes and milestone was NAS Foundation. So, par NAS hai. So, on that note, I'd like to welcome the speakers again. So, the format of this, the entire session is, we have 5 speakers with us. Each of the speakers will be addressing and sharing their thoughts with all of us. So, dear speakers, you have about 6 to 8 minutes to share your thoughts. Requesting you all to not exceed 8 minutes for the benefit of everyone, so that we have space for audience to ask questions towards the end. Yes. So first we have Ashish Chopra. He's a 25-year-old gay man who works with Philips as a talent researcher. He was the first runner-up for Mr. Gay India 2018 and has been on a TV show, newspaper, and radio quite a few times. He recently started his own brand as well, which works towards helping the LGBT community, and they also have a fabulous collection of clothing and footwear. Ashish also experiments with drag sometimes. Ashish, welcome. The platform is all yours.
Hi, thank you so much for having me over. And so I usually start with from the beginning when I was born. So I was born on 1st December 1994, and that was the day I knew I was gay. हर बार people keep asking me आपको कब पता चला ना, like I knew it from the beginning. ऐसा कुछ like there's no sudden day that when you realize you okay today I'm gay. It's always there, but the realization probably for some people might happen sometime later, and the awakening happens later. I think that happened for me when I saw Kahuna Pyar Hai in the year 2000. I was 6 years old. I saw Hrithik Roshan and I knew he's my man. I want to marry him. So that's how I kind of figured it out that I was gay. But back then I knew already. And so the house I grew up in was not a very safe environment. There's a lot of domestic violence in the house that was going on. And because of that, my elder brother got into depression. So at the age of 6, 7, when I'm attracted to Hrithik Roshan, I'm thinking there's something wrong with me. Why am I not attracted to women? I cannot talk to anyone in the house. What do? I don't have any friends in school. Everyone's making fun of me. Everyone was bullying me, calling me chakka, hijra, and all that. My school life was miserable. There were so many times I used to think like I should just jump off a building. That was how horrible my school life was. But fortunately, I had 3 girls who were always there with me, and they told me that hey, we checked on the internet, it's pretty okay to like men, which is why then I was like, okay, I think I'm not the only gay person all over the world, and I'm not the only man who's attracted to other men. So there are other people like me as well. So they told me about this dating website called Planet Romeo, and that's when I started meeting other men. And this was like after I turned 17. Then So I also wanted to talk about the domestic violence because there are so many women on this call. I really wanted to address that issue as well. There was this one time my dad was about to hit my mom. Me, my brother, and my mom held his hand and hit him all together. That was the most powerful moments of my life, I would say, because I really wanted to tell that man that it needs to stop. You cannot just keep hitting a woman. And once we did that, he would never do it again. So all the women here, if ever you face that, please just raise your voice, just hit back. Don't just tolerate it, because my mom tolerated it for about 18 years just because she wanted the happy family and she wanted us to be together. But at what cost? Anyway, so we were talking about pride. I remember my first Pride parade. I went to the Bombay Pride parade, which was shocking. I was surprised. I was like, are there so many LGBT people in India? I have no idea where did these people appear from. But like, that was the most interesting experience of my life. I was crying because it was just like a feeling of a whole family walking together. I had gone with some of my friends and it was so crowded that I got lost quite a few times. But then I was like, I'm not lost. I still feel that all these people are like family. I mean, I can just start talking to anyone here, and everyone's happy, everyone's cheerful, everyone's more than happy to talk with you. It's a great feeling. And so I also usually share my coming out story. I first came out to my brother when I was 17, and I had sent him a text message that, "Hey, listen, I wanted to tell you that I'm gay." And like, yeah, I know about it. I always read your text messages that you keep sending to your ex-boyfriend, and so I know about it. I like, so why didn't you tell me? I mean, he's like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And I told him that you should have told me there's nothing wrong with it long before when you found out about it, because I was questioning myself. He's like, okay, now take care, just be fine, don't do anything stupid. The next year, when after all my parents fought, we asked my mom to get a divorce. So when the divorce happened, the next month, my brother decides to tell my mom that I'm gay, and I did not want her to know at that time because already she was going through a lot, and get finding this out after going through all of this was another like a heart attack for her, and she was devastated. She was like she's not ready to accept it at all, and so she went to a psychiatrist to understand what it is. Unfortunately, God knows what psychiatrist it was. He tells my mom that, oh, it's just a straight line, and you can just pull your boy back to being straight, and he'll become straight. So for about 2 years, my mom was convinced that sexuality is just a straight line. If you go to the other end, you are gay. You can just pull someone back and become straight if you're in this side of the line. So she kept telling me, why don't you give it a try with girls? Maybe possibly you can. It might happen. But fortunately, my elder brother was a very strong ally. He kept sending my mom, look at this movie, read this article. Fortunately, now my mom is absolutely fine with it. She was cheering for me when I went for Mr. Gay India in 2018. She was like, "Please win it. I really want." I was all in the newspapers. She was very proud, and she walked the Delhi Pride Parade with me once. I think in 2019 last year, and that was the most moving experience, I would say. All I could do the whole Pride Parade was cry. There were so many reporters coming up to us that, hey, we would like to interview you. It's you and your mom. We don't see a lot of mothers coming to the Pride Parade, but I couldn't just stop crying. That was the most, like, my mom coming to the Pride Parade was the most emotional moment of my life. Then my mom decided that she wants to do a bit more for the LGBT community, because she realized that whatever she did other parents should not do that. They should not try to convert their children to becoming straight. So now she started this brand called Be Unique, and so it's mostly to help LGBT entrepreneurs and all to sell their stuff on our website. But we are doing a lot of community work. She's also trying to reach out to as many parents as possible who are having trouble accepting their child. So she starts having a conversation with them, trying to help them understand that it's all natural and there's nothing wrong with it. And she always mentions this point that the day when she accepted me, our relationship went to a next level. That's when I felt so close and more attached to my son, which was not there back then. Once she accepted me, I started sharing all my secrets with her. She knows about all my boyfriends. Even like if I go out on a date with any boy, she knows about all of it. Because otherwise, when I was not out, or even when she was not accepting me for the 2 years, I had to hide all of that. I could not tell her all of that. So yeah, my mom has taken good 2 3 years to accept it now. My dad, so my dad read it in the newspaper when I came second in Mr. Gay India, and he calls me up, and we didn't have a great relationship, I would say, because of all that violence. I wanted to keep a little distance. The day he reads it in the newspaper, he's like, "What the hell is going on? Why are you in the newspaper?" Like, I thought you'd be proud, and I thought mom told you about it, but apparently mom had not told him, and this is how he found out about my sexuality. So I told dad that, listen, it, this is my life. I will not change for anyone. He's like, okay, you do whatever you want to, but don't tell the whole world about it. It might bring some embarrassment, because my dad does get certain questions, certain taunts in his society that, okay, हमारा बेटा तो at least बहू लाएगा, तुम्हारा बेटा पता नहीं क्या ले आएगा. So he still gets that. But I have clearly told dad that I will I will be as loud and vocal about it as possible, because in my childhood I did not have anyone to look up to. I thought I was weird. I was, who do I look up to? Because all the representation also we had was people making fun of Bobby Darling and all of that. So I did not have like a successful role model, at least in India, who I could look up to. So I told dad that I will make myself visible as much as possible. I have given at least 50 newspaper interviews, about 10, 20 um, radio interviews. And my dad is like, okay, you won't accept it anyways, you won't stop anyways, so who am I? But don't talk to me about it. So me and my dad don't talk about it, but me and my mom to celebrate it. I think that's it. I think if you guys have more questions, please shoot.
Thank you so much, Ashish. That was wonderful. I mean, it's like a roller coaster of emotions and quite a journey, right? From
Definitely.
yeah, from being convinced that, maybe she can straighten the line. Your mom has come, she has made her journey to the parade, and also, you empowering her and taking a stand for her and talking about it here, giving
Yeah.
out this message. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Really, I mean,
Thank you
something
so
to
much.
very inspiring and lots to learn from. And
I
the
really hope
fact that
so. That's what I tell everyone. Even if one person is inspired, I am more than happy. I've achieved my mission.
and even in your actions, the fact that you have opened that website for people to use this as a platform to promote people from the community, and
Yeah,
I think that you are thinking even of a larger community, and that makes a huge difference.
definitely. Even at my workplaces. So first I was at this IT company where my manager used to keep telling me that, why do you have to talk about your sexuality at work? And all my response would be, you have a picture of your wife on your desk. Why can't have I have a picture with my boyfriend? You keep telling me, oh, you went to this movie with your wife and children. Why can't I tell you I went for a movie with my boyfriend? So you keep talking about your sexuality, not knowing about it. I I want to feel the same way. I want to talk about my boyfriend as well. And a lot of organizations I've seen, every June they will wake up, because June is celebrated as Pride Month. Only in June they will be like, Ashish, let's do some LGBT events. That was one of the major reasons why I quit my previous job. I was like, listen, I don't want to be this token you have every June. You'll just spread it that, okay, we have LGBT representation. That's why when I interviewed with Philips, I made it very clear in the interview itself that I will be. So they hired me for the talent researcher role, but I told them that I want to do a lot of diversity and inclusion work as well, and they were more than happy. I think that's the reason why they selected me. That fortunately we have someone like this. So I think it gave me a plus point, being gay and working hard for diversity and inclusion. I got selected.
That's great. I think normalizing it is very necessary. And what you're doing by responding to your manager about when you can do it, why can't I think is the first step towards normalizing it. And
Exactly.
yeah, it comes with that stigma and sense of, secrecy and everything. But no, it is important to normalize.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashish.
No problem.
Questions from the audience will be towards the end after all our speakers have spoken.
Works. Yeah.
Okay, and Abhi has some interesting questions for all our speakers also. Surprise.
Okay.
Okay.